Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. Today is a show day, but as you might be able to tell, I'm not actually at the show at the moment. I'm riding Ruff. So Ruffles, if anyone has missed, has been rehabbing. We have had a 50-day plan from the vet that started from like doing 3 minutes walking all the way up to now where he's doing 20 minutes trotting. We've increased it like every couple of days, and he's been doing twice a day, so he'll do his trot in the afternoon or on the weekend in the morning, and then he will do another walking session in the morning or afternoon depending on whether we're in a weekday or a weekend. So yeah, 50 days of that, and it's been more than 50 days because we had horrendous weather in the middle with ice and snow where he couldn't do it, so that halted progress for like probably a good week or two. I went away over Christmas, so we had a couple of days off then, so it's been more than 50 days. But yeah, we've got there. Tomorrow is the last day, so today he's doing 20 minutes of trotting, and then he'll do 15 minutes walking this afternoon, and then tomorrow it's just a walking day, and then come Monday we are starting his next plan, which is from our wonderful vet physio, Izzy at Worcester Vet Physio, and she has made him a plan to get him super strong, reintroduce the canter, reintroduce his lateral work. There's loads to see, so if anyone's interested, sorry, my timer just went off telling me I need to trot. But yeah, so if anyone's interested in seeing some of what he does in a week while he's rehabbing, then let me know in the comments below. But yeah, excited to start that, and hopefully start to get back towards normal and competition fitness, but we'll see. I will wait with bated breath as to how that really goes. Come on, Ruffy, you can do this. I thought I would show you what I'm gonna wear. I'm just literally about to get changed. But yeah, new clothes that I've not worn before, but I'm hoping they will help do the trick because it is freezing today. But it's not frosty. It's like such weird weather. But anyway, I will get changed and show you what I've gone for. So I've got this Equitech stock shirt, and this is their winter one with the little like crystal collar. Not sure how long that's going to last when they go in the wash, but we'll see. But it's really thick, really warm. I'm like sweating in here, but I am stood next to a mini radiator. But yeah, and then also got Equitech on the bottom. Ignore the mess on the floor. Equitech on the bottom as well. I'm not 100% convinced about those, but we will give them a test run today and see. But I bought them in sale for £25, so they were a bargain really for spares. So I'm going to give them a test run because they are meant to have like a water repellent coating. Yeah, we'll see how I get on. Also gone for the Lemieux jumper over the top. Just an extra layer, and then I can wear my stock over the top of this and no one knows I've got it on, and they're super warm. They're like a thicker material. I also have an Aztec diamond one, but it's a bit more of a close contact, like stretchy fit, but these ones are really warm. So that's what I need for today. I need to be warm. You ready? Yep. Pigtail. We are here, we made it in plenty of time, so I'm just gonna go and brave the cold and get him tacked up and get myself ready. But I can just tell I'm sat in the warm obviously at the moment. I put my coat in to try and warm it up, but I can just tell when I go outside it's gonna be really cold. Hello. Good boy. So this test is the Elementary 4, which is pretty much give or take the same as the old Elementary 53, which was the area festival test. So we're starting at A in collected trot, halting at X and turning left at C. We got a 6.5 for this with the comment crooked in move off, which you will see there, swings quarters to the right as I go to move off, which you'll notice if you watch closely throughout the test is a bit of a recurring theme. So the next movement is changing the rein from S to F in medium trot and then collected trot at F. He got a 7 for this with the comment more suppleness in back. You can see here he's coming against the contact a little bit. He was actually looking into a little hut that they have at the side there. But yeah, came back nicely and then settled back down. And then we're doing leg yield right from L to R. He got a 6.5 for this with the comment more suppleness needed. Then we're circling left 10 metres at R and he got a 7 for this circle. And then for the walk transition for 3 to 5 steps, he got a 7. You can see he was a bit slow to come to walk, but then he showed clear walk steps and was nicely forward back to trot. Then he got a 6.5 for that canter transition, but also grouped in with that mark is the circle left 10 metres at H. And he just had the comment more impulsion. Then we have medium canter from H to K, and he got 6.5 for that with the comment crooked, which you can see from behind his he's going quarters in, and in front he's head tilting a bit. It's definitely not straight. Then we did half circle left at K, returning to the track between V and E, and then canter all the way down the long side to H. He got a 7 for that. He's nicely balanced. He's pretty straight. Then back to trot at H, and he got a 7 for that. And then he's just nicely forward in the trot. Then we're going R to K in medium trot with the transition back to collector trot at K. He got a 7 for this one. I think this one was better than the other way. He's a bit more consistent in the contact, not looking for that hut. Then we're doing another leg yield, this time from L to S, left. He got 6.5 for this with the comment against the hand. Here, I think his quarters are trailing a bit too much. I could have done with taking a half halt to allow his quarters to sort of catch up a little with his shoulders. So then we got 6.5 for the circle right with the comment large circle, which you can see this is his less supple rein. So something to carry on working on. He got a 7 for that walk transition, but you can see again the quarters are coming right, so that's something to very much bear in mind. Then he got a 7 for that canter transition right and for this circle right at 10 metres, so that's pleasing. Then he got a 6.5 for the medium canter from M to F with good impulsion but crooked. It's a little harder to see that one from this camera angle, but he was, and you can see he gets a bit tense here, a bit tight over his back when he comes back from the medium canter. But he got a 7 for that half circle and then his counter canter all the way down the long side. A 7 for his transition to trot, and then a 6 for the halt at C and rein back 3 to 5 steps, proceeding in extended walk with the comment not quite diagonal steps, which you can see he's sort of shuffling backwards. So that is something to very much bear in mind in training. And also when I do the groundwork with him, he does a lot of backing up, so that's something to really focus on. I think I find that more when he is not straight or even in both my reins. The rein back is affected, so he got a 7 for that. Changed the rein in extended walk. And then here you can see the jog, and it wasn't even just a little one, so he had a 4 for that, with the comment unfortunate jog. You can see he's still sort of thinking about it there, trying really hard to just stay quiet, because I knew he would be anticipating this turn down the centre line. So you can see there again, he knows exactly what's coming. So he got he actually got a 7 for that turn onto the centre line, a 7 for the transition to trot and the medium trot, and then a 7 for his progressive transition to halt, immobility and salute at G. So this next one is medium 4. So see, we're sitting now, the rain had come, but anyway, let's get into it. So we were entering A in collected trot, halting at X and then proceeding in trot to turn left at C. He got a 7 for this. Let's see if he was a bit straighter than last time. Yeah, definitely straighter than the elementary, so that is pleasing. Then we are going to HXF, change the rein in medium trot, and then back to collected trot at F. He got a 7 for this with no comment, much better than the first medium trot in the elementary test, not looking so much into that hurt, just losing a bit of balance at times. Then K to E, we're shoulder in right. You can see he's a bit tense there, losing the outside shoulder as well around that corner. Now, I would not have given this a 7. He is barely in shoulder in. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it looked better from the angle the judge was at. But she had no comment, but I think he needed more bend and he wasn't clearly on free tracks. Then he got 6.5 for that circle right. You can see there, thinking a lot about the half pass on that circle, and the circle was too big, and then he was crooked on the circle also, but he did get a 7 for the half pass right from E to G, so that was pleasing. Then he was definitely anticipating this medium trot. He got a 7 for this one again. Yeah, pleasing. It's really starting to come along now, the medium trot. It's not something that comes to him naturally, but he was a very good boy. Then looking a little bit better in the frame here than on the right rein. He got a 7 for this shoulder in, which I was a lot happier with. Just got to be careful this way that I don't lose his shoulders out to the right. And then a 7 for this circle left 10 metres. Yeah, it's just looking nicely forward. And then from B, half pass left to G and turn left at C. I think he could come a bit more from the quarters. You can see even with his tail swishing, he's finding that way a little bit harder. But yeah, still pleased to get a 7. Just need to keep those quarters coming. And then we're going straight into extended walk from HIB. And he got a 7 for this. It's always a funny transition coming from like trot straight to walk. He's a little bit distracted at times, but yeah, still doing a good job. Then was careful of picking him up here, which you can see he's just having a little look at the, I don't even know what. But yeah, he got a 6 for the collected walk, turning right at P and then the half pirouette right. With the comment tilting pole, which it's hard to see, but you can get the gist from that. He was a bit speedy around there as well. And then between L and P, half pirouette left, he got a 7 for that, which is pleasing. This is definitely his better way. And we've been working hard on those at home since this. And then he got a 7 for the collected walk, a 6.5 for the canter, and turning left at V with the comment more energy, and then a 7 for this circle left 10 metres at A. So that's pleasing, starting nicely. Then from F, we're half passing left to X, proceeding up the centre line from X. He got a 6.5 for this with the comment more quarters, which is what I also felt in the trot. So we've been working really hard on that too since then. Then at C, we're turning left, and then HIB, we're changing the rein with a simple change over I. He got a 6 for this with the comment not quite direct to walk, which you can see quite clearly there, and more suppleness and downward transition. You see he comes up a bit, when he comes back to walk. He gets a bit tense, he anticipates the canter transition up, so all things that need working on. Then we're going medium canter from K to H, and then collected canter at H. He got a 6.5 with the comment more suppleness. You can see he's crooked, and he actually broke there, which I don't think the judge saw, because then he gets a circle right, a 7 for this circle right 10 metres at C. So I think that was sheer luck on his part, well, on our part. And then we're half passing right to X, proceeding up the centre line. This one got a 7, which is funny because this actually feels the worst one to ride. He's very starting at this point to get tired and leaning on my hands, which I think is why we had the break, as well as the fact he was crooked. Then this simple change was shameful. He got a 5 for this, saying needs more right bend at K and strong into downward transition, which is absolutely right. He was just lying on my hands and I was really struggling. So that's also something to work on. Basically loads to take away from this test. Then we got a 6.5 for the medium canter from H to K with the comment crooked again, which you can see really clearly when he comes this way. Then a 5 for turning down centre line trot at D. He went to swing his quarters right. I went to correct him. So yeah, 5 with the comment crooked. And then a 7 for the medium trot from L, and a 7 for his halt at G. So that is pleasing. Good boy. Just finished. I did get wet, and I am a bit cold, but he was so good. Full debrief. Thank you. Good boy. Yeah, full debrief later, but honestly I was so proud of him today, like the proudest I've been at I think this is his 3rd show back, and this is my proudest that I've been of him at all of them. And I don't even have my second test sheet yet. Well, I haven't seen either of my test sheets, but I haven't got my other score for the medium, but got the elementary. He did score 67.5, which is so good. I think that's a PB at like non-unaffiliated. It might even be a PB across all of them. Maybe a straight PB. He was super. I'm so pleased with him. Also, can we take a moment for the stock? So pretty. And the pin. This is bespoke by Zafina. And this is Unicorn Brow Bands, I think. Hair, Equijewel by Emily. And I think that's Equijewel by Emily. So yeah. Milo just scored 67 at medium, at BD, under a list 1. What? Good boy. I did actually film an outro after the show, but it was when I was walking rough in the evening. It was starting to get dark. I was a bit out of breath, and also I was like my hand was shaking. It wasn't very stable, so I've scrapped that and I'm gonna film it now while I'm waiting for my chiropractor appointment. So the major win for me was Milo's attitude. He was so good. He can be quite tense at that venue. I'm not sure why, but he always seems to do it when he goes in. There's always something that like flicks the switch. And yeah, so he didn't do that. It was the most that he's felt like he stayed with me. I was so pleased with that. That was my big takeaway. I like literally came out and said to Mum that I was so pleased that he'd done that and he'd stayed with me and he'd listened and he was reasonably like adjustable, rather than just getting tense and worried and not really letting me help him. So that was my main takeaway. I was so proud of that. So I did both my tests before I knew my scores. So when I came out and saw that he had 67.5 in the elementary, I was so pleased with him. He so much still to work on and polish. Like the basics are all there. He really understands the work, but just things like his straightness, his suppleness, all obviously need improving. Goes without saying, it always needs to improving. But yeah, I was so pleased with that. I think I said as well, I think that must be his highest elementary score. And it's nice because we're in all the way through. We've kind of been, maybe not so much at prelim, but novice and elementary so far, the ones he did last year, we've been in a comfortable rut of 65, 66, the occasional 64, lower if he's been bad. Not bad, that's not the right way to say it at all. Not bad, just if he's had a tense day, or I've not been on my game. But yeah, so yeah, generally sitting around that 64 to 66%, which is fine. I was accepting of, you know, that's his type. He's not going to move for like 10. He's not naturally as supple as some other horses, you know, all that sort of thing. He's not necessarily the most consistent horse. He's quite difficult in the contact. So I was very accepting of all of that. I was like, yeah, you know, 64 to 66, you know, I'd like to consistently score like 66, but it's okay. So yeah, to slowly be pushing on up now towards that magic 70 is really exciting, and something that I didn't necessarily think would come, because I was like, I felt last year that he was doing a lot, but looking back now, I think maybe after this injury he's come back, he's had the rehab, he's a bit stronger, he's not forgotten anything, and he's going to continue to get stronger and more supple. So yeah, that's exciting. So yeah, really pleased with the elementary. If we can keep pushing that on just a tiny bit more as we add polish, then that would be amazing, because he's so consistent when he's good and he's going. And if you look at the scores for, you know, the area festivals, which is what we're aiming towards, like a lot of the top 10 placings, you're on like 66%. So if you can creep up 67, 68 and be consistently there, that would be really great. And then I literally couldn't believe the medium score when I got it just over 67%, and he had a breaking canter, which, to be fair, I don't think the judge actually saw, so I think it probably should have been a bit less than that. But regardless, I literally cannot believe it. 67% at medium under a BD list 1. I just can't believe and it's not the test I thought it was the like a different test than I thought I'd entered, because I didn't look at them until the morning, and then I was like, oh dear. But yeah, honestly, so buzzing with him. I can't believe it. I couldn't believe it when I got the score. I can't really believe it now, because there's still so much to work on, so much, like especially with like the half passes and regards to suppleness and stuff. And yeah, I just can't believe it. And I was going, and in my head I was like, you know, if we could score 60, that would be good. And then we've got a score for the Associated Championships. And then I thought, you know, 63 would be great. That would be an area festival score. And then if we could push for the 64, then that would just be unbelievable for the Sheepgate under 25 score. So yeah, 67%, literally could not have asked any more of him. And I was just so proud. And again, like I was fully like anticipating like, you know, 63, you know, until he gets a bit stronger. So 67 with mistakes, like he got really wiggly, tried to throw his quarters out on the last centre line, and I tried to correct it, and then it all got a bit of a fluster. So yeah, honestly, I just keep saying I can't believe it, but I can't, because he's just so good. He's given me absolutely everything since he's come back to competing. Just so proud of him. I'm very excited for the rest of the year. I literally can't believe it. I literally can't stop smiling as well every time I think about it. I keep saying to Mum, like, I can't believe he's been so good. So yeah, that's basically just it. So thank you for watching. A very good one, definitely a very happy day out. And hopefully there'll be many more as we carry on this year. So that's all our elementaries ticked off for the straight qualifications at the Associated, the Pet Plans and the under 25s. So he's got his first one for the mediums. So yeah, exciting times. Thanks so much for watching. I'm just buzzing talking about it again. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.